massive manhunt that is underway in Oceanside right now. Apparently, there is a sniper out there that actually ambushed a police officer who was in the line of duty.
This happened last night, and the scene is still active there in Oceanside. They are still looking for this individual, and of course, a very tough story out there in Oceanside. Kristen Casado is live now with the latest for us. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning. It is still a sad situation here. There are still SWAT teams here searching for the person, whoever is responsible for shooting and killing that 23-year-old Oceanside police officer. Take a look behind me at the scene right now. It started out as a routine traffic stop around 6:20. A female police officer pulled over a red car, which is kind of in front of one of those cars right now. There were several people inside. A few minutes later, she called for backup. That's when the police car came, which is right behind that vehicle. That's when the male police officer came, and then something went terribly, terribly wrong here. Apparently, he was shot, and sources say it may have been from a sniper's bullet. And cops here say they don't know where it came from. It could have come from a rooftop, an alleyway, inside a house, inside a car. They have no idea, but SWAT teams definitely were checking out houses a little bit earlier on. That 23-year-old officer was worked on here in the foreground. You can see the paramedics pulled up, and they worked on him. The Lifestar helicopter landed and took him to Scripps La Jolla, where, unfortunately, he died.
The officer had initially made a traffic stop and had called for an additional officer to assist her. About 10 or 15 minutes into that traffic stop, after the cover officer had arrived, we were notified, or they got on the radio and advised the shots had been fired and asked for additional units at that time.
Now, this area of town here in Oceanside has really been trouble for these police officers. They say that there's been a lot of trouble and problems here before, including some gang-related activity. Now, what we know about this 23-year-old police officer, they've not released his name yet, is that he's been on the force for between 3 to 5 years, and before he was on the force, he was also involved in law enforcement as a community resource officer, community officer with the Oceanside Police Department. He leaves behind a wife and a 2-month-old baby. There are 200 officers on the Oceanside Police Department. They just lost one 3 years ago, Tony Zapatella, who was shot and killed also in a routine traffic stop. One of the officers here told me today, it's too soon to lose another guy. We're live here in Oceanside. Kristen Casado, KOSI News.
Yeah, no doubt, Kristen. Thanks a lot.